Hey, honey, just wanted to check how you're doing. Did you get settled into your hospital room okay? The nurse at the front desk said you'd be in room 412. Did they get you situated with everything you need?
Yeah, the admission process went smoothly. I'm all set up in my room now. They've been really attentive. The doctor already came by to check on me and explained the treatment plan for my exhaustion.
That's great to hear. I know this hospital stay was sudden. Do you feel comfortable there? I was worried they might put you in a shared room, but I'm hoping you got a private one so you can rest properly.
As comfortable as I can be in a hospital, I guess. The staff seems really nice and attentive so far. And yes, thankfully I have a private room. The bed isn't great, but they gave me extra pillows, which helps. I'm just worried about Hazel. She must be so confused about where Mommy went. Is she doing okay?
She was pretty fussy when she realized you weren't home this morning. I think she misses you a lot. She kept looking around the house for you and got upset when she couldn't find you. I tried showing her your picture, but that just made her cry more.
My poor baby. I hate that I can't be there to comfort her right now. This is the first time I've been away from her overnight. Honestly, Blake, are you sure you can handle taking care of her all by yourself? A 1-year-old is a ton of work, and you're not used to doing it full time.
I know it'll be challenging, but I want to do this. You need to focus all your energy on getting better right now. Don't worry about me and Hazel. I'll make sure she's well taken care of until Mommy comes home.
I really appreciate you stepping up like this. I'm just concerned it'll be too much for you to juggle on top of your job. Maybe we should see if my parents can take Hazel for a bit. I'm sure they'd be happy to help out while I'm in the hospital.
I actually already spoke to my boss and arranged to take the next 2 weeks off so I can be there for Hazel. Work was really understanding about the situation. They agreed I should be home right now.
Wow, I can't believe you got that much time off on such short notice. That's amazing. You've never taken more than a day or two off before, even when I begged you to use your vacation days for our anniversary trip. And they were okay with you being out for a full 2 weeks? I thought your team was in crunch mode on that big project.
They were, but my manager said family comes first. He told me not to worry about work at all, not even checking emails. I guess they realized I've been putting in too many late nights lately. The project can survive without me for a while. So you'll have my full attention on your recovery, and I can be a full-time dad to Hazel until you're better. No distractions.
I'm so relieved to hear that. I remember you complaining about the company not caring about work-life balance. That's a huge change in attitude from them.
Oh yeah, I remember saying that. The tune changed at work with a new manager and HR team. It's really helped improve morale at the office. They've been implementing a bunch of new family-friendly policies. I think they realized they were burning people out. My old manager would have never approved this, but the new one is much more understanding about family emergencies.
Great! Knowing you can devote yourself 100% to Hazel's care while I'm in here takes a huge weight off my shoulders. The doctor says I need at least 10 days of complete rest to recover from this exhaustion. It's been building up for months. I was really stressed about how we were going to manage everything. You've eased a lot of my anxiety about the situation.
I'm glad. The last thing I want is for you to be lying there worrying about things at home. You need peace of mind to heal. I know my long hours at work have put a lot on your plate. Taking care of Hazel 24/7 on top of the housework was too much for one person. I feel terrible that you ran yourself into the ground trying to do it all. But I'm gonna step up now so you can focus on your health.
I really appreciate you acknowledging that. I was starting to burn out, but I didn't want to admit it. I kept thinking I should be able to handle everything. The baby, the house, the cooking, but it just got to be too much. Having your support means the world to me. Thank you for being there and putting your family first. It means everything.
You and Hazel will always be my #1 priority. I know I don't say it often enough, but you're an incredible mom and partner. You've been doing the heavy lifting with Hazel since day one. It's my turn to take over and give you a break. Hazel and I are so lucky to have you, so please just concentrate on getting better. No stress, okay?
Okay, I'll do my best to relax and trust that you have things handled at home. I love you so much. The nurses are telling me I need to get some rest now. I'll text you later when I wake up. Give Hazel a kiss from me and tell her Mommy loves her.
I love you too. Get some rest and give me a call anytime if you need anything or just want to talk. I'll send you pictures of Hazel throughout the day so you don't miss anything. She's playing with her blocks right now. Hazel and I will come visit as soon as we're allowed so she can see her mommy. For now, you focus on healing.
Sounds good. Give Hazel a big kiss from me and tell her Mommy will be home to snuggle her as soon as I can. And Blake, thank you again for being such a supportive husband. I don't know what I'd do without you right now. I'll text you when I wake up from my nap. Love you both so much.
Will do. Talk to you soon, honey. Remember, no worrying. I've got this. Hazel and I will be fine. You just rest and follow the doctor's orders. Love you too. Sweet dreams.
Amber, I cannot believe you right now. What were you thinking leaving Hazel on my doorstep like this? You didn't even call to check if I was available. You know I have plans this week. What? Scarlett, I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't leave Hazel anywhere. I haven't even seen Hazel since yesterday morning when I was admitted. Don't play dumb with me. I told you and Blake multiple times that I cannot watch Hazel this week. I'm leaving for my annual trip with my college friends today. This has been planned for months. Scarlett, I swear to you, I did not leave Hazel with you. Blake is supposed to be watching her. He told me he took 2 weeks off work specifically to care for her while I'm in the hospital recovering. I had no idea he was planning to drop her off with you. This is the first I'm hearing of it. I can't believe how irresponsible and selfish you're being, abandoning your child so you can go on some beach vacation. I saw the pictures on Instagram, Amber. You and Blake living it up on the sand while I'm stuck here with your baby. At least have the decency to be honest about your intentions instead of making up hospital stories. Beach vacation? Me and Blake? What pictures? Scarlett, I promise you, I am not on any vacation. I don't know what pictures you're talking about or what Blake told you, but something isn't right here. I knew you two were having a hard time, but I didn't think you'd resort to something this low. Dumping your unwanted kid on me so you can have fun? Your generation doesn't know the first thing about responsibility. I would never do that to you, Scarlett. I had no idea Blake left Hazel with you. He explicitly told me he was taking care of her while I'm in here getting treatment. And I'm definitely not on a beach somewhere. I physically can't travel right now. What Instagram photos are you talking about? I feel terrible that you had to cancel your trip, but please believe me when I say I had nothing to do with this. Blake lied to both of us. No, I don't want to hear your excuses. What kind of mother leaves her sick child to go on a tropical vacation? It's despicable. You should be ashamed of yourself. Hazel deserves so much better than a self-centered, negligent parent like you. Scarlett, please stop and listen to me. I am not on vacation. I did not abandon my child. I am in the hospital. I'm being treated for exhaustion. I'm in no condition to go anywhere right now. I don't know what photos you saw, but they weren't of me. I haven't left this hospital bed in days. If you don't believe me, call Silver Springs Hospital and ask for room 412. The nurse will confirm I'm here. I'm hooked up to IVs and everything. What? You're in the hospital? But Blake's Instagram clearly shows him at the beach with a woman. I guess it's not a close-up shot, though. I just assumed the woman was you. If you're in the hospital, who is Blake with? Let me check his profile again. You're right. You can't actually see the woman's face clearly in any of these photos. That's exactly what I'd like to know, because he told me he was taking time off work specifically to care for Hazel while I'm in here. I'm just as blindsided as you are right now. Can you send me screenshots? I didn't even know Blake had an Instagram. I can't believe he would do this while I'm sick and unable to care for our daughter. I'm so confused and hurt right now. Oh my god, Amber. I'm so sorry for attacking you and calling you a bad mother. I shouldn't have assumed the worst. I just sent the screenshots to your phone. I should have known you would never abandon Hazel to go on a beach trip. That's not who you are. I let my anger get the best of me. I understand your reaction given what you thought was happening. But I promise you, I had no part in leaving Hazel with you. I would never do that. I just received the photos. Well, that's definitely Blake, but the woman with him is not me. I have no idea who she is. I'm so sorry Blake put you in this position and lied to us both. You have every right to be upset and feel taken advantage of. Well, he definitely lied about that. Not only did he leave Hazel here against my wishes, but now I find out he's on some beach vacation. Amber, I hate to even suggest this, but is it possible my son is having an affair? The thought has definitely crossed my mind, as much as I hate to consider it. Nothing about his story is adding up. He told me he took time off work to care for Hazel, but instead he dumped her with you and flew to the beach with another woman? I plan to call him immediately and confront him about all of this. Leaving Hazel with you, lying about work, and who he's on that trip with. Yes, I think that's a good idea. He needs to know his lies have been exposed. I'm not going to cover for him. I'm so sorry you're dealing with this on top of being in the hospital. I appreciate your support, Scarlett. I just can't wrap my head around the idea that he'd lie to me and abandon Hazel for a beach getaway with someone else. Now that I think about it, there have been signs. He's been distant lately, always on his phone and getting defensive when I ask simple questions. His actions aren't those of an innocent man. I need to get to the bottom of this. He has a lot of explaining to do. Of course, you should hear his side. I really hope there's a reasonable explanation for all this. But Amber, even if he's not having an affair, him leaving Hazel with me when I said no and lying about work is still a huge problem. Taking leave for childcare but doing nothing while dumping everything on you. You're absolutely right. His dishonesty and total disregard for both of us is unacceptable. I won't stand for it. Regardless of whether there's another woman involved, the fact that he abandoned his responsibilities as a father when I needed him most is devastating. I'm going to take some time to collect my thoughts, and then I'll call him. He better have one hell of an explanation for this. I'm so sorry, honey. You focus on getting answers from him, and I'll take care of Hazel until we figure this out. Don't worry about my trip. I was too hard on you earlier, and I feel terrible. You don't deserve any of this stress, especially not while you're in the hospital. Whatever happens with Blake, just know that I'm here for you and Hazel, your family, no matter what. You're an angel, Scarlett. Thank you for being so understanding. I hate that you're missing your trip because of this mess, but I'm so grateful Hazel is safe with you. It means so much to know I have your support. At least I know you're in my corner. I'll let you know as soon as I talk to Blake and hopefully get to the bottom of his lies. I have a bad feeling, but I need to know the truth. I think your instincts are probably right. A man doesn't lie to his sick wife and abandon his baby unless he's hiding something big. Call me after you talk to him, no matter what time. I want to know what he says for himself. Regardless, I'm here for you and Hazel. We'll get to the bottom of Blake's deceit. I will, Scarlett. Thank you again for everything. Give Hazel a kiss from me. I'm going to call Blake now. Wish me luck. I have a feeling I'm going to need it. No matter what happens, knowing Hazel is safe with you is my only comfort right now. Blake, we need to talk now. I know you're seeing my messages. Stop ignoring me and respond.
Hey, babe, what's going on? Is everything okay at the hospital? Sorry for the delay. Reception is spotty here. Is there something wrong?
No, everything is not okay. Far from it, actually. I just got off the phone with your mother. She told me you dropped Hazel off at her place this morning, even though she explicitly told you she couldn't watch her this week. Care to explain why our daughter is with your mother instead of with you like you promised?
Oh, damn, I totally forgot she had that trip with her friends, but I had to go into the office. I didn't have a choice. The Blackwell account had an emergency and they called everyone in. It was all hands on deck. I tried calling your parents, but they didn't answer, so Mom was my only option. I was going to pick Hazel up after work.
Really? Because when I spoke to you yesterday, you assured me you had taken time off to care for Hazel yourself. You said your boss was completely understanding and that you would be a full-time dad until I got out of the hospital. So which is it, Blake? Were you lying then, or are you lying now?
Right, I did say that, and I fully intended to do it, babe, I swear. But then this emergency project came up and I couldn't get out of it. My boss called first thing this morning and said they needed me in the office immediately. It was unavoidable. I was planning to work just today and then be home with Hazel for the rest of the time, I promise.
So which is it, Blake? You either took time off to be with Hazel or you didn't. It can't be both. And what's this I hear about you being on some beach vacation? With another woman? Care to explain that? Because I'm looking at your Instagram posts from Bali right now. Funny, that doesn't look like your office to me.
What? Beach vacation? What are you talking about? I'm not on any vacation, Amber. I'm at work right now. Whatever you're seeing, it's not me. Someone must be using my photos or something.
Blake, enough with the lies. Your mom saw the pictures with her own eyes. Pictures of you at an outdoor tiki bar with another woman while your wife is in the hospital and your child has been abandoned with her grandmother. I don't know who she is, but I know it's not me, so you better start talking now.
Okay, just calm down. It's not what you think. Yes, those pictures are real, but it's just a huge misunderstanding. The woman in the photos is Violet. She works with me. We're just on a business trip. I swear it's totally professional. The company sent us to meet with potential investors at the White Sands Resort. It was very last minute, and I didn't want to stress you out with it.
What kind of business trip takes place at a beach resort? You work for a small local firm. Do you really expect me to believe that, Blake? How stupid do you think I am?
I know how it looks, but I promise it's the truth. This project is really high stakes and required us to travel to meet the client. I should have told you about the trip, but I didn't want you to stress about it in your condition.
Right, so you lied about taking care of our daughter, dumped her on your mom when she couldn't take her, and snuck off to play on the beach with another woman. But it was all for work and my own good? That doesn't explain why you told me you had taken time off to care for Hazel. If this was a legitimate work trip, why not just tell me that? I cannot believe the nerve of you, lying to my face, neglecting our child, humiliating me while I'm stuck in a hospital bed. You should be here, Blake, with your family.
Amber, please, you're getting too worked up over this. It's not good for you right now. I didn't want to do this trip, but I had no choice. I told you I was taking time off because I didn't want you to worry about a business trip. I thought it would be easier that way. You know how demanding my job is. I have to make these kinds of sacrifices to provide for our family. For you and Hazel.
Don't you dare try to spin this as some noble sacrifice. Abandoning your sick wife and child to go on a tropical work trip with a female colleague is not providing for your family, Blake. If this was really about work, you would have just told me the truth. You lied because you knew what you were doing was wrong. It's a betrayal, and you know it. You just didn't think you'd get caught. Well, surprise, you're busted.
You're blowing this way out of proportion. It was just a little white lie so you wouldn't worry unnecessarily. I was going to tell you everything when I got back. And my mom is only watching Hazel for a day until I get home. I didn't abandon anybody. You're overreacting. Do you really think I'd jeopardize our marriage for a work trip? You know me better than that, Amber.
Blake, you have got to be kidding me. You have spun an elaborate web of deceit here. lied to me, your work, your mother. This is not some small fib, and it's certainly not for my benefit. You knew you were in the wrong, or you would have been up front from the start. You don't hide things if you have nothing to be ashamed of. And frankly, I don't know what to believe anymore. All I know is that you're in Bali with another woman while I'm sick in the hospital and our daughter is with your mother.
I told you this isn't a vacation. It's a high-pressure work trip. You think I want to be here instead of with you and Hazel? I don't have a choice, Amber. Client relations are critical, and if I back out now, it could cost me my job. Is that what you want? For me to throw away my career and our financial security because you're feeling a little insecure? Be reasonable. And Violet is just a colleague. There's nothing going on between us. You're creating drama out of nothing.
There is nothing reasonable about your behavior, Blake. And no job should ever require you to lie to your spouse and neglect your parental responsibilities. That's not normal, and I won't accept it. I don't know if you're telling the truth about this just being a work trip or if there's more going on with this Violet woman. But frankly, your dishonesty has made it so I don't feel like I can trust anything you say right now. Whether you're having an affair or just prioritizing work over your family, neither is acceptable to me. You've broken my trust completely.
Oh, come on. Now you're accusing me of cheating? That's ridiculous. Violet is just a co-worker from public relations. You're being paranoid. I get that you're stuck in that hospital and it sucks. But it's not fair to take it out on me when I'm just doing what I have to do to keep a roof over our heads. Cut me a little slack here. I'm working my butt off to support our family. This is the thanks I get? Accusations and guilt trips?
No, Blake, I will not cut you slack because I've been cutting you slack for far too long and look where it's gotten me. Sick, stressed, and married to a manipulative liar who bails on his family first chance he gets. I don't know what's really going on with you in this beach trip, but I'm going to find out. And if you are having an affair on top of everything else, you better believe there will be consequences. I've reached my limit with you.
You're blowing this way out of proportion. So I didn't tell you about a business trip. Big whoop. People keep things from their spouses all the time. Look, I have to get back to this client meeting. We can talk more when I get home, and you've had a chance to calm down and see reason. I'm not the bad guy here, Amber.
You don't get to decide when we're done talking about this. And you don't get to make me the bad guy for reacting to your lies and poor choices. This conversation isn't over, Blake. Not by a long shot.
I don't have time for this right now, Amber. Some of us have actual work to do, not just sit around making wild allegations. You're clearly not in a rational state of mind. The doctors should check your medication because you're not thinking clearly. I'll deal with this overblown drama when I get home. Until then, try to remember who keeps the lights on around here. You should be grateful.
Grateful? Are you serious right now? Grateful for what exactly? You lying to me? Dumping our child on your mother? Disrespecting our marriage to go play on the beach with another woman?
Yeah, okay, I'm putting my phone on airplane mode now. I have a meeting to get to. Try not to work yourself into a frenzy while I'm gone. It's not a good look. We can continue this conversation when I'm back home and you've calmed down. Your imagination is running wild right now. And remember, stress isn't good for your recovery. Take a deep breath and relax. I'll call you tomorrow.
Don't you dare ignore me, Blake. Blake? Oh, we are so not done here, buddy. Not even close. When I get my hands on him, he'll wish he never even heard of the beach. Screw this guy. I can't believe I married such a selfish, lying jerk. Just wait until he gets home. This is far from over. Blake, I just got off the phone with your HR department. They told me some very interesting things about your supposed work trip. Apparently, you've been on paternity leave this whole time. Funny, since you told me they wouldn't approve your leave request. Care to explain why you're on the beach on paternity leave instead of taking care of your daughter like you're supposed to be?
You called my work? What the hell, Amber? You had no right to do that! That's a complete invasion of my privacy. You can't just call my workplace behind my back! So what if I took some personal time off? I'm entitled to my leave days! That's my decision. I don't need your permission.
You're right. You don't need my permission, but you do need to tell me the truth. And the truth is, you weren't on some urgent business trip. You were on vacation. Well, I've been sick in the hospital thinking you were taking care of our daughter. You were actually off playing on the beach with another woman.
Oh my God, not this again! How many times do I have to tell you? Violet is just a co-worker. There's nothing going on between us. We just happen to be taking vacations at the same time. It's a coincidence we ran into each other there. You're being paranoid and ridiculous. I took a few days off to recharge, so what? I work hard. I deserve a break.
A break? From what exactly, Blake? From being a husband and father? From dealing with your sick wife and infant child? Your HR manager also mentioned that you specifically requested paternity leave to care for your child while your wife was hospitalized. That doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. You lied to me, to your work, to your mother, all so you could sneak around with this Violet woman behind my back.
You know what? I'm done arguing with you about this. Think whatever you want, Amber. I'm tired of defending myself to you. Yes, I took paternity leave, so what? I needed a mental health break after months of stress. You clearly don't believe me, so what's the point? You've already decided I'm guilty.
Because you are guilty, Blake. Guilty of lying and emotional betrayal. You fraudulently used paternity leave meant for childcare to go on vacation while dumping our daughter on your mother without even telling her. How could you abandon me and Hazel to go on a secret vacation with another woman? Do you have any idea how humiliating and hurtful that is?
You want to talk about hurt? How about how suffocating it is to be married to you? Can't even take some R&R without being accused of infidelity. Do you have any idea how exhausting it is to be with someone who's constantly monitoring my every move? Questioning every decision I make? I'm so sick of being made to feel like a criminal for wanting a little freedom and fun. Maybe if you weren't such a nag, I wouldn't need to lie.
So I'm a nag because I expect honesty and respect from my husband? Wow, Blake, you have some nerve. I've never monitored your moves or questioned your decisions before this. I trusted you completely. That's why your betrayal hurts so much. You know, if being married to me is so awful, why don't you just admit you'd rather be with Violet? She's clearly more fun, right?
All right, enough already. You know what? Yeah, maybe she is. At least Violet doesn't constantly criticize me and make me feel like crap for taking a break. Do you have any idea how draining it is to come home every day to a wife who's always complaining about how tired she is? She's a free spirit and actually appreciates how hard I work. Being around her is a relief compared to your constant judgment.
Are you serious right now? If you love spending time with her so much, why don't you just be with her then? Clearly, our marriage means nothing to you. I can't believe you're comparing me to her. I've been taking care of our child alone for months while you work late and ignore us. Did you ever stop to think that maybe I'm always exhausted because I'm doing everything by myself with no help from you?
Maybe I should. At least then I wouldn't be stuck paying the bills for an ungrateful wife who doesn't respect me. You act like taking care of Hazel is some impossible task. Mothers do it every day all over the world. You and Hazel are such a burden sometimes. You think it's easy working my butt off to support you both? I deserve to let loose once in a while.
Wow, I can't believe you just said that. Hazel and I are a burden to you? Well, I am so sorry my cancer and our child are such an inconvenience to your party boy lifestyle. I gave up my career to raise our daughter because you insisted it would be better for her. I didn't ask to get sick, Blake. You know what, Blake? You're right. You should be with Violet. You two selfish, immature jerks deserve each other. Excuse me? Did I just read that correctly? Did you seriously just call your wife and daughter burdens? Blake Redwood Grayson, I've never been so ashamed to call you my son as I am right now. I knew you were being shady, Blake, but this is a new low, even for you. I raised you better than this.
Mom? What the hell? Why are you in this conversation? This is between me and Amber. Are you monitoring our private messages now? This is completely inappropriate. Stay out of our marriage problems. This doesn't concern you.
Well, your father and I have been reading this whole exchange and we are appalled at your behavior. And it absolutely does concern me when you dump your child on my doorstep under false pretenses while you gallivant at the beach. Lying to your wife, neglecting Hazel, running around with some office floozy while Amber is sick. What is wrong with you, Blake?
Oh, great. Now you're taking her side? I should have known. You always coddle Amber and act like she can do no wrong. Of course you'd believe her version of events without even hearing mine. That's so typical of you, Mom. What about me, huh? Does anyone care about how I feel? How hard I work? No, it's just attack Blake all the time.
This isn't about sides, Blake. It's about you mistreating your family. Your father and I didn't raise you to be a liar and a cheat. And I don't need to hear your side when I can see the evidence with my own eyes. Your Instagram posts and the email from your HR department that Amber forwarded to me. Frankly, I don't care how hard you think you work. Nothing justifies disrespecting your marriage vows and abandoning your responsibilities. Blake, I've spent years making excuses for your selfish behavior, telling myself you were just stressed or overworked. I can't believe I wasted so many years on someone who would toss aside his wife and child to relive his glory days with some bimbo.
This is unbelievable. My own parents betraying me and ganging up on me with my wife. All because I took a little vacation. You both act like I committed some horrible crime. I just needed a break. Is that so wrong? Well, you know what? You all deserve each other. I'm done being bullied and guilt-tripped for having a life outside of this family.
You want to talk about betrayal, Blake? You betrayed Amber the second you lied to her and left your daughter to go fool around. Taking a vacation isn't the issue. Lying about it, abandoning your sick wife, neglecting your child, and fraudulently using paternity leave is the issue. You betrayed your father and I by making a mockery of the values we raised you with. The only bully here is you, son. You know what, Blake? Vacation is over. Fun time with your mistress is done. It's time to face the consequences of your actions. I've been thinking about this all night, and I've made my decision. This isn't something I can forgive or move past. I want a divorce, and I want you gone from my life. You can have your precious freedom. Freedom from this marriage and your child.
Divorce? Are you crazy? You'd be nothing without me, Amber. How exactly do you plan to support yourself and Hazel without my income? You haven't worked in over 2 years. You need me more than I need you. Good luck getting a dime from me, sweetheart. I have the best lawyers in town on my side. They'll rip you to shreds.
Oh, is that so? Did you forget I'm a partner at the top family law firm in the state? I've been doing this for 20 years, Blake. I've seen cases exactly like this countless times. Cheating husband abandons sick wife and child, lies to employer about paternity leave. You may have had your fun gallivanting with your girlfriend, but playtime is over. If you want to get nasty, I'll bury you and your little mistress. You heard your mother, Blake. I've got the legal power of Scarlett Grayson on my side now. And trust me, she'll make sure you and Violet pay dearly in this divorce. You seem to forget that I have proof of everything. The Instagram posts, the text messages, the confirmation from your HR about your fraudulent leave. All your lies and deception will be laid bare in court. Your affair, your fake paternity leave, your abandonment of Hazel. Hope it was all worth it.
This is insane! My own mother is gonna represent my wife and screw me over? What kind of family betrayal is this? You can't seriously be threatening to take legal action against your own son! What would Dad say about this? I can't believe you're all turning on me like this over a little indiscretion! What happened to loyalty?
You have the audacity to speak of loyalty from a man who just called his wife and child burdens? Your father is sitting right next to me and he's so disgusted he can't even look at your messages anymore. He fully supports my decision to help Amber. You turned your back on this family the moment you decided your selfish desires were more important than your vows, Blake. She's right, Blake. You betrayed and humiliated me. You abandoned our baby. You chose to throw away this marriage for an office fling. I gave you every chance to be honest. I would have understood if you needed a break, if you would just talk to me. This divorce is simply the consequences of your actions. You brought this on yourself with your lies. I hope Violet was worth destroying your family over.
I can't believe I'm being attacked for wanting a little happiness. You're really going to ruin my life over this, Amber? You know what? Fine. If that's how you want to play it, two can play that game. If you go through with this divorce, I swear I'll make you regret it. I'll fight you for every penny, every scrap of custody. I'll drag you through the mud.
Give it your best shot, Blake. With your infidelity and neglect on record, you don't stand a chance in court. I'm done being your doormat. I'm done letting you walk all over me and treat me like garbage. You want to get ugly? Game on. I'd think very carefully about your next move, son. You're already going to pay out the nose in spousal and child support for your adultery. Not to mention the fact that your company could pursue legal action for your fraudulent use of paternity leave. That's grounds for termination and possibly more. If you try to drag Amber through the mud, I'll bleed you and your little girlfriend dry. By the time I'm done, you'll be lucky to afford a studio apartment.
I can't believe this. My own parents siding with my wife to destroy me! This is the ultimate betrayal. I'll never forgive you for this!
Save your breath, Blake. You have no one to blame but yourself for this mess. You destroyed our marriage, not us. And unlike you, I'd rather be alone than with someone who sees me and our child as burdens. At least I'll have my dignity. I gave you every opportunity to come clean and fix this. But you chose to lie and sneak around. Now you'll face the consequences. I suggest you go discuss your options with Violet, Blake. Maybe she'll let you crash on her couch when this is all over. Though I wonder how she'll feel when she realizes you'll be unemployed, broke, and facing possible legal action from your company. In the meantime, Amber and I have a divorce to file. Good luck, son. You're going to need it once I drag all your dirty laundry into court.
Fine. Go ahead with your divorce. See if I care. You two deserve each other. A couple of vindictive, controlling women. You'll be hearing from my lawyers. Don't think this will be easy or quick. I'll fight you every step of the way. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. You'll regret the day you decided to turn my own family against me!
Your threats mean nothing to me anymore, Blake. I've already endured the worst pain imaginable. Betrayal by the person I trusted most. I'll let Scarlett handle the legal side of things from now on. I need to focus on my health and our daughter. Goodbye, Blake. Enjoy the beach with Violet. I hope it was worth destroying your family. Scarlett handled everything while I was in the hospital, so by the time I was discharged, the divorce was already finalized. She arrived with Hazel to pick me up and drive me home, handing me an envelope containing $300,000 in alimony and child support that she had squeezed out of Blake and Violet. I later found out that Blake's company fired him for fraudulent leave abuse, with his male coworkers especially angry that he had ruined paternity leave credibility for everyone. Blake's family cut him off completely, and he soon broke up with Violet. Realizing what he'd lost, Blake keeps texting me, begging to see Hazel and admitting he was wrong. But Scarlett made him sign a restraining order promising to never meet us again, so I ignore all his messages. I'm focusing on my recovery and starting fresh with Hazel, finally free from Blake's toxic influence.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Eleanor, we need to talk about the wedding gift situation. Good morning, Jeanette. What's on your mind? Simon says you're planning some kind of surprise for the wedding instead of a cash gift. I have to be honest, I'm pretty confused about this. I think there might be some miscommunication here. Simon and I discussed the wedding gift situation, but maybe he didn't explain it fully to you. Well then, please explain it to me because I'm completely in the dark. All I know is that his own sister isn't planning to give us a cash gift like everybody else. Jeanette, I never said I wouldn't give you anything, but Simon specifically asked me to handle things differently. Differently how? What could be more important than supporting your brother's wedding? Instead of giving a traditional cash gift, he asked me to forgive an outstanding debt he owes me. He made it sound like you both had discussed this arrangement and were on board with it. Wait, what? What debt are we talking about here? This is literally the first I'm hearing about any of this. I'm so sorry. I thought you knew about all this. I wouldn't have agreed to this arrangement if I knew you weren't aware. Well, I'm definitely not aware, so please fill me in. How much money are we talking about, and when did this debt happen? Simon borrowed $3,000 from me during his senior year of college. It was for his graduation trip with friends since he wasn't making much from his part-time job. $3,000? That's a lot of money, Eleanor. I already had my full-time job, and he really wanted to go on that trip with his college friends. It seemed important to him at the time, and I was happy to help my little brother. Okay, but that was what, like 4 years ago? Surely he's paid most of that back by now. We agreed he'd start making payments once he got his first real job after graduation. Unfortunately, his job lowballed his starting salary. So, how much does he still owe you exactly? He's made some small payments here and there over the years. There's still about $2,000 outstanding on the original loan. Can't believe Simon never told me about this debt. But even so, that's between you and him, not me. I know this is awkward for you to find out this way, but when Simon approached me about the wedding gift, he specifically requested this arrangement. What exactly did he say to you? He asked if I could consider the debt settled in lieu of giving a wedding cash gift. He said it would be more helpful financially and that you supported his plan. Well, he was wrong because I definitely don't support this plan. I shouldn't be penalized for Simon's broke college days. I can see how this puts you in an uncomfortable position. I should have checked with you before agreeing to anything. Yes, you should have. But what's done is done, so now we need to figure out how to fix this. What did you have in mind? Well, Simon's debt is his responsibility, not mine. Forgiving the debt is great and all, but I really think you should still give us a wedding gift. So, you want me to forgive the $2,000 debt and give you an additional cash gift? Exactly! I'm glad we're in agreement here. I mean, this debt situation has nothing to do with me personally. Jeanette, you're asking me to give up $2,000 plus whatever cash gift amount you have in mind. That's a big ask financially. But you're family now, Eleanor. I know you have a good job. You can afford to be generous. My income really isn't relevant to this discussion. Of course it is. You're single with no major expenses. Meanwhile, Simon and I are starting our married life together. I'm trying to be understanding here, but I'm not sure what my relationship status has to do with anything. Because you have disposable income that married couples don't have. Plus, this is a really important milestone for us. What amount were you thinking for the additional gift? Well, considering your situation, I was thinking $1,000. That way it doesn't look awkward when other guests see the gift envelope. Let me make sure I understand this correctly. You want me to forgive Simon's $2,000 debt and give you $1,000 cash? Yes, but you can't mention the debt forgiveness part to anyone. As far as everyone else knows, you're just giving a standard wedding gift. So you want me to part ways with $3,000 total, but only let people think it's $1,000? I mean, when you put it like that, it sounds complicated. But really, for someone as well-to-do as you, $3,000 is like pocket change, especially for such a special occasion. I have to say, I'm taken aback by your boldness right now, Jeanette. I'm just being practical. This arrangement benefits everyone and avoids any awkwardness. I need some time to think this whole situation over. It's a lot more complicated than I initially thought. Take all the time you need. Just remember that appearances matter at weddings. What does that mean? Well, you don't want to look like a cheapo in front of all our guests, do you? People notice these things, and it reflects on the whole family. I see. So this is all about keeping up appearances? Partly, yes, but it's also about doing right by your future sister-in-law. All right, I'll consider everything you've said. Let me talk to Simon, and we'll figure something out before the wedding. Perfect! I knew we could work this out. Just make sure you bring that envelope to the reception. I'll keep everything you've said in mind. Great! I'm so excited for you to be part of our special day. And Eleanor, thanks for being so understanding about all this. We'll see how it all works out. Talk to you soon. Can't wait. See you at the wedding. Simon, we need to talk about what you told Jeanette regarding the wedding gift.
Hey, sis, what's up? Is everything okay with you two?
Not exactly. I just had an interesting conversation with your fiancé this morning.
Oh, no, what happened? Please tell me there's no drama between you two.
Well, she had some very specific expectations about the wedding gift situation. Expectations that go way beyond what you and I originally discussed.
What kind of expectations? I thought we had everything worked out.
She wants me to forgive your debt and give an additional $1,000 wedding gift. Apparently, she thinks I can afford to $3,000 total because I'm single and have a good job.
Oh, wow, that's awkward. I'm really sorry, Eleanor. I definitely didn't tell her to ask for extra money on top of the debt forgiveness.
She also made it clear that I need to be discreet about the debt situation. As far as other wedding guests know, I'm just giving a standard $1,000 gift.
That's a lot more complicated than what we originally planned.
Simon, I need to ask, are you and Jeanette having financial problems? She seemed really focused on the money aspect of all this.
Well, wedding planning has been more expensive than we initially budgeted for, and Jeanette really has her heart set on certain things being perfect.
What do you mean by more expensive? How much more are we talking?
We may have gone a bit over our original budget, but it's a once-in-a-lifetime event, you know?
Simon, a bit over could mean anything from a few hundred to several $1,000s. I need you to be honest with me about your financial situation.
It's not that bad, really. We just underestimated some of the costs for the venue, catering, flowers, photography.
And the dress, rings, honeymoon, decorations?
Okay, maybe we underestimated more than some of the costs, but Jeanette has been dreaming about this wedding since she was little.
I understand wanting a nice wedding, but you can't start your marriage drowning in debt. That's going to put enormous stress on your relationship.
I know you're right, but it's hard to say no when she gets so excited about these details. Plus, her friends kept showing their elaborate weddings on social media, and she doesn't want to look cheap. Every time I suggest scaling something back, she gets upset and accuses me of not caring about our special day.
Simon, you're going to be married to this woman for the rest of your life. If she can't compromise on wedding expenses, how is she going to handle other financial decisions?
She's not usually like this, I promise. It's just the wedding stress bringing out this side of her.
Are you sure about that? Because the conversation I had with her this morning was pretty intense. She wouldn't stop talking about what I could afford and what I should be giving you.
What exactly did she say to you?
She said I'm single with no real responsibilities, so I have disposable income. She also said $3,000 isn't that much for someone in my financial position.
She said that? Oh man, I'm so embarrassed. I'll definitely talk to her about being more respectful.
It's not just about respect, Simon. I'm worried about you and how she views money and financial obligations.
What do you mean?
She seemed to think that because I earn a good salary, I should automatically be more generous. That's not how healthy financial relationships work, especially in families.
I see your point. I guess I never thought about it from that perspective.
And another thing, why didn't you tell her about the original debt? She was completely blindsided when I mentioned it.
I don't know. I guess I was embarrassed about still owing you money. I thought if I could just handle it quietly, it wouldn't be an issue.
But now it's become a much bigger issue because she feels like she's being cheated out of a gift. You created this problem by not being transparent.
You're absolutely right. I should have told her about the debt from the beginning.
Honesty is going to be crucial for your marriage, especially about money. You can't hide financial obligations from your spouse.
I know. I'll be more open about everything going forward.
I hope so, because this whole situation could have been avoided with being upfront with her.
So what do you think I should do now? Should I try to talk Jeanette out of asking for the extra money?
That's between you and her, but I will say that I'm not comfortable with the current arrangement.
What would make you more comfortable?
Honestly, I think you two need to have a serious conversation about your wedding budget, and you need to decide if you can actually afford the wedding you're planning.
But we've already put deposits down on everything and sent out all the invitations.
Simon, those are sunk costs at this point. It's better to lose some deposit money than to start your marriage in serious debt.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't think Jeanette will go for scaling back now. We're only 2 weeks away from the wedding.
Then you need to figure out how you're actually going to pay for everything, and be honest with Jeanette about your real financial situation.
What if we can't come up with enough money?
That's a conversation you need to have with your fiancé, not with me. I'm not your financial safety net, Simon.
I understand. I really appreciate you being so patient with all this drama.
I love you, and I want your marriage to succeed, but that means you need to start making responsible financial decisions together.
You're such a good sister, Eleanor. I promise I'll handle this better going forward.
I hope so. And Simon, whatever you decide about the wedding expenses, you still need to pay me back the original debt.
Of course, I never expected that to just disappear. The debt forgiveness thing was just me hoping to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
I figured as much, but we should probably stick to our original repayment plan regardless of the wedding gift situation.
That makes sense. Thanks for being so understanding about everything.
Just promise me you'll be completely honest with Jeanette from now on. No more surprises or miscommunications.
I promise. Total transparency from here on out.
Good. Now go have that budget conversation with your fiancé.
Will do. And Eleanor, thanks for always looking out for me.
That's what big sisters are for. But I can't protect you from the consequences of poor financial decisions.
Understood. I'll talk to Jeanette tonight and figure out our next steps.
Let me know how it goes. And Simon, good luck.
Thanks. I have a feeling I'm gonna need it. Hey, Ellie, are you free to chat? I really need to talk to someone.
Sure, what's going on? Everything okay?
Things are getting pretty crazy with the wedding stuff, and I'm starting to freak out about money.
Did you talk to Jeanette about the budget like we discussed?
Yeah, I tried to bring it up, but I can't get through to her. She got really upset and said I was trying to ruin our special day.
Simon, you can't just avoid difficult conversations because they're uncomfortable.
I know, but she started crying and talking about how she's been dreaming about this wedding forever.
So what happened with the budget discussion?
We never really got to the actual numbers. Every time I mentioned cutting costs, she'd bring up one of her friends' weddings. Like how Brittany had fireworks and Thea rented tigers. She doesn't want to look cheap compared to everyone else.
But what about what you two can actually afford?
That's the thing. We've already spent way more than our original budget, and we still have some major expenses coming up.
Like what?
The final payment to the caterer is due Monday, plus we still owe the photographer and the florist.
Simon, how much are we talking about here?
Well, that's actually why I wanted to talk to you. We're about $30,000 short of what we need.
$30,000? Simon, are you insane?
I know it sounds bad, but let me explain.
There's literally no explanation that makes spending $30K you don't have sound reasonable.
The venue ended up costing more than we thought, and Jeanette really wanted the premium package with the upgraded menu.
You just said yes without checking your bank account?
She was so happy about it, and I didn't want to disappoint her. Plus, the wedding planner said most couples go over budget.
Most couples don't go over budget by 30 grand.
Look, I really messed up, I know that, but I'm hoping you might be able to help us out.
Help you out with what exactly?
Maybe you could lend us the money? We'd pay you back as soon as possible, I promise.
Simon, do you realize what you're asking me? That's an enormous amount of money.
I wouldn't ask if I wasn't desperate. We've already tried everything else.
What do you mean you've tried everything else?
We looked into getting a personal loan, but our credit isn't good enough, and we already maxed out our credit cards with the deposits.
Oh my God, Simon. You maxed out your credit cards for wedding deposits?
It seemed like the only way to secure everything. All the good vendors require deposits up front.
This is absolutely insane. You're talking about starting your marriage with massive debt.
I know, it's not ideal, but once we get all the wedding gift money, we'll be in much better shape.
You're counting on wedding gifts to pay for your wedding. What if people don't give as much as you're expecting?
Jeanette's family is pretty well off, and they have a lot of friends, plus your gift will help a lot too.
My gift? Simon, we already discussed this. I'm forgiving your debt instead of giving cash.
Right, but I was hoping maybe you could do both, like Jeanette mentioned the other day.
So you knew she was going to ask me for extra money?
Not exactly. She may have mentioned it after your conversation, but I didn't tell her to ask you for anything.
This is unbelievable. If I didn't know better, it sounds like you're both trying to manipulate me into giving you more money.
It's not manipulation. We're just in a really tough spot.
A tough spot that you created by spending money you don't have.
I get that you're upset. I already feel terrible about this whole situation.
You should feel terrible. You're being completely irresponsible.
So will you help us or not? I'm literally begging you here, Ellie.
Simon, even if I wanted to help, $30,000 is a huge amount. I don't just have that kind of money sitting around.
But you're doing really well at your job, right? And it's not like you have any major expenses like a mortgage or kids.
My financial situation is irrelevant. The point is that you're asking me to enable your reckless spending.
It's not reckless, it's our wedding day. This is supposed to be the most important day of our lives.
The most important day of your life shouldn't bankrupt you.
Please, Eleanor, I'm running out of options here.
Maybe canceling would be the responsible thing to do.
Are you serious right now? You want me to cancel my wedding 2 weeks beforehand?
I want you to make smart financial decisions, but it sounds like it's too late for that.
Come on, don't be like this. I thought family was supposed to help each other out.
Family helps each other, but not by enabling destructive behavior.
Ellie, it's just one more loan. I just made some mistakes with the wedding planning.
Simon, you're $30K in debt and you're not even married yet.
Look, if you can't help me, just say so, but don't act like I'm some kind of financial disaster.
Aren't you, though? You maxed out credit cards, can't get approved for loans. And now you're begging family members for tens of thousands of dollars.
Wow. Okay. Thanks for the support, sis. Really feeling the family love right now.
Don't guilt-trip me because you made poor choices. I'm trying to help you see how serious the situation is.
I know how serious it is. That's why I'm asking for help.
But what happens after the wedding? How are you going to pay me back if you're already maxed out everywhere else?
We'll figure it out. Jeanette's gonna look for a better paying job after the honeymoon. We'll make it work somehow. People figure out debt payments all the time.
Simon, this is exactly the kind of thinking that got you into this mess.
So that's it? You're just gonna let me crash and burn? Fine, I get it. You think I'm irresponsible, but I'm still your brother and I need help.
Give me some time to think about it. This is a huge decision, and I need to consider all the implications.
How much time? Because I need to know by Monday. That's when the final payments are due. If I can't come up with the money, we'll lose everything.
Monday? 3 days from now? Everything meaning the deposits you already can't afford to lose?
Exactly. So you see why I'm panicking here.
All right, I'll give you an answer by Sunday night. But Simon, if I do this, there will be conditions.
What kind of conditions?
First, you pay me back within 2 years, no exceptions. Second, you and Jeanette take a financial planning class.
A financial planning class? Is that really necessary?
After this conversation, it's absolutely critical. You two clearly need help managing money.
Okay, fine. What else?
I'll put the rest of the conditions in writing. After talking to Jeanette earlier this week, I want protection. She was pretty aggressive about the money situation.
Aren't you overreacting a bit here? She's just stressed about the wedding. Once everything calms down, she'll be back to normal.
Take it or leave it.
Fine. I agree to all your conditions. Does this mean you'll lend us the money?
It means I'll seriously consider it. I want everything in writing if I decide to do this.
Of course. Whatever you need.
And Simon, Jeanette can't know about this loan. As far as she's concerned, you figured out the money some other way.
Why can't she know?
Because I don't want her thinking she can come to me every time you two overspend. This is a one-time thing to help you out of an emergency.
That makes sense. And honestly, she'd probably be embarrassed if she knew how much we needed to borrow.
Good. So we're clear that this stays between us?
Absolutely. Just between brother and sister.
All right. I'll let you know my decision by Sunday evening. In the meantime, maybe start thinking about how you're actually going to pay this back.
I will, I promise. And Ellie, thank you for even considering this.
Don't thank me yet. I still might say no.
But you might say yes too, right?
We'll see. Try to get some sleep and stop panicking for now.
I'll try. Love you, Ellie. You're the best sister anyone could ask for.
Love you too, even when you make terrible financial decisions.
Thanks for keeping it real. Talk to you Sunday.
Talk to you Sunday. I've made my decision about the loan.
Oh God, please tell me it's good news. I've been stressed all weekend.
Against my better judgment, I'm going to help you, but every single condition we discussed is non-negotiable.
Yes! Thank you so much, Eleanor. You're literally saving our wedding.
I'm enabling your poor planning, but you're my brother. I can't watch you lose everything, even if it's your own fault.
I swear I'll pay you back exactly like we agreed. 2 years, financial planning class, everything.
You better. Because if you default on this loan, it's going to seriously damage our relationship.
I won't let you down. This is going to work out perfectly. You'll see.
I hope so. I'll transfer the money tomorrow morning so you can make your payments.
Perfect! And don't worry, Jeanette will never know about any of this. As far as she knows, I just figured out the money situation.
Good. Keep it that way.
Will do. I can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am.
Just focus on paying me back and learning how to budget properly. I don't want to have to do this again.
You won't. This was a one-time mistake. Once we're married and settled, we'll be much more responsible.
I really hope that's true, because $30,000 is not a small favor, Simon.
I know, and I don't take it lightly. You're the best sister anyone could ask for.
Just don't make me regret this decision, and have a good wedding, okay?
It's going to be perfect, thanks to you. I love you so much, Ellie.
Love you too. Now go enjoy your last week of being engaged.
Will do. Thanks again for everything.
Eleanor, I need to talk to you right now. Are you trolling me? What the hell is this pathetic excuse for a gift? Jeanette, what are you talking about? Is there something wrong with the envelope I gave you? $1,000? Is that what you call a gift? That's the most insulting thing I've ever seen at a wedding. I'm confused because that's exactly the amount you asked me for. We discussed this specifically, and you said $1,000 would be appropriate. Yeah, but that was before I found out you're some hotshot regional director making serious bank. You could have easily given us way more than this measly amount. My salary has nothing to do with our previous agreement. You told me $1,000 would avoid any awkwardness with other guests. But look around, Eleanor. Half these people gave us more than you did. My coworkers who barely know Simon gave us $2,000 each. I'm not responsible for what other people choose to give you. We had an arrangement and I followed through exactly as discussed. Our arrangement was made before I knew how loaded you are. A successful single woman like you should be way more generous. You're being completely unreasonable right now, and frankly, pretty rude considering I also forgave Simon's debt. Oh please, that college debt is ancient history and has nothing to do with me. The least you could do is send a gift fitting for the occasion. I'm tired of being disrespected. What kind of sister-in-law shows up to a wedding with such a cheap gift? The kind who already gave up $2,000 in debt forgiveness, plus the $1,000 in cash you're complaining about right now. You keep bringing up that stupid debt like it's some huge favor, but that money was between you and Simon, not me. It's all connected, Jeanette, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. I've been beyond generous considering the entire situation. Generous? You call this generous? You're single, with no kids, and a great job, but you give us change from under the couch. Simon told me you're just sitting on all this money anyway. He said you're forever single with bailout money, so you might as well share it. He said what? Simon actually said that about me? Well, it's true, isn't it? You don't have a husband or kids to worry about. So helping out family should be easy for someone in your situation. So why are you being so stingy with people who actually have responsibilities? My personal life and expenses are none of your business, and I'm getting really tired of you judging my financial decisions. Well, I'm tired of being treated like garbage by my new family. Clearly you have no respect for me or Simon if this is your idea of support. I have plenty of respect for Simon. I've helped him more than you know, but I'm rapidly losing respect for your entitled attitude. Entitled? Well, I'll show you entitled. I'm done with you and your fake family loyalty. You're a selfish, cheap witch who can't stand seeing others happy. I don't want anything to do with you ever again. Fine by me, but you might want to reconsider that decision. Because cutting ties with me is going to cost you way more than you think. What's that supposed to mean? Are you threatening me now? Just because you have money doesn't mean you can intimidate people. No threats here, Missy. Just stating facts. You really want to talk about money? Let's talk about money. What are you babbling about now? If you think I'm going to apologize for expecting decent treatment, you're wrong. Tell me, Jeanette, where do you think the money for this fancy wedding came from? Because I happen to know you and Simon don't have $50,000 just lying around. That's none of your business and has nothing to do with your cheap gift. We saved up and planned carefully for our special day. Saved up? Is that what Simon told you? Because that's not quite the whole truth, is it? What are you talking about? Simon handles our finances. We've been saving for this wedding for over a year. Oh, honey, you have no idea what's really going on. Your precious husband has been lying to you about more than just my gift. Stop trying to cause problems in my marriage. Simon tells me everything, and we don't keep secrets. Oh, really? So he told you about the $30,000 loan he begged me for last week? The one he needed to actually pay for this overpriced circus? You're lying. Simon would never borrow that much money without telling me. He wouldn't hide something that big from his own wife. Wife? You're not even married yet. And clearly he's been hiding plenty from his fiancée, too. No. This isn't true. Simon promised we had enough saved up for everything. Wake up, Jeanette! You two were broke and desperate. Simon came crawling to me because you'd already maxed out your credit cards. That's impossible. We had a budget and stuck to it. Simon showed me all the receipts and everything. Those receipts were apparently fiction, because he needed 30 grand just to cover your final wedding payments. I don't believe you. You're just trying to ruin my wedding day. You're jealous because I'm married and you're terminally alone. Jealous? Of you? Someone who just found out her marriage is built on lies and debt? I'm not the one who started this fight over money, remember? Even if what you're saying is true, we'll pay you back. Simon's got a good job and we'll figure it out together. Actually, you won't be figuring it out over time. Since you just cut ties with me, the full amount is due immediately. What do you mean immediately? That's crazy! Why would anyone pay a loan all at once? That's where the acceleration clause in the contract comes in. Simon agreed that if you ever severed our family relationship, full payment becomes due. That doesn't make any sense. Why would he agree to something like that? He clicked agree without reading the terms and conditions because he was desperate and I wanted protection from exactly this situation. Looks like my instincts were right about you. This is insane! You can't just demand that kind of money from us. We don't have $30,000 just sitting around. Not my problem anymore, sweetheart. You wanted to cut ties with me. Now you can deal with the consequences. Wait, please. I was just angry about the gift situation. I didn't mean what I said. Too late for that now. You made your feelings about me very clear in front of all these witnesses. But this will ruin us financially. We can't come up with $30,000 immediately. Please, there has to be some way to work this out. You should have thought about that before calling me names and threatening to cut me off. I'm begging you, please don't do this to us. It's my wedding day and I just got carried away. Your wedding day that I paid for, apparently. And this is how you show your gratitude. I'll get on stage and apologize in front of everyone if that's what you want. Just please don't make us pay everything back right now. An apology isn't going to fix this situation. You've shown your true colors, and I'm done being taken advantage of. What can I do to make this right? There has to be something. Please, I'm literally begging you here. You can start by getting me my money. I'll expect full payment within 30 days or I'm taking legal action. Legal action? You'd really sue your own brother? What kind of person does that to family? The kind who's tired of being used and disrespected. You brought this on yourself, Jeanette. This is the worst day of my life. My wedding is completely ruined now. I tried to be reasonable, but clearly that was a mistake. I can't believe this is happening. How am I supposed to enjoy the rest of my reception knowing this? Not my concern anymore. You made your bed. Now you get to lie in it. Fine, have it your way, but don't expect any relationship with me or Simon going forward. Trust me, after tonight I wouldn't want one anyway. Good luck finding $30,000 in the next month. I can't stand to look at you anymore. You've ruined everything, and I hope you're happy. I'm not happy, but I'm not surprised either. This is exactly what I expected from someone like you. Someone like me? What's that supposed to mean? You don't even know me. I know enough. You're entitled, ungrateful, and financially irresponsible. Have a wonderful marriage, Mrs. Seville. You're going to need all the luck you can get.
Elle, please tell me you didn't mean what you said last night. We need to fix this situation before it gets completely out of hand.
Oh, so now you want to talk to me. Where were you when your wife had a meltdown, calling me names in front of everyone?
I was in shock. I couldn't believe what was happening. The whole thing escalated so fast, I didn't know how to react.
You stood there like a statue while she completely humiliated me. Some brother you turned out to be.
I know I should have stepped in, and I'm really sorry about that. But please, tell me we can work something out about the loan repayment.
Work something out? Simon, your wife wants to disown me. She made it very clear that she wants nothing to do with our family.
She was just angry and upset about everything. You know how emotional weddings can be, especially for brides.
Don't make excuses for her behavior. What she'd said and did was completely uncalled for.
You're absolutely right. It was unacceptable, but surely we can move past this for the sake of family.
For the sake of the family? After everything your wife said about me, you want me to just forget about it?
I'm not asking you to forget about it. I'm asking you to give us a chance to make things right.
So I just exist to hand out money to married people? I'm the one who's forever single with bailout money, right?
What? I never said that. Where did you hear that? Jeanette must have misunderstood something I said.
Jeanette told me you said that about me. She was pretty specific about the phrase, Simon.
Okay, maybe I said something like that, but it wasn't meant to be mean. I was just trying to explain why you might be able to help us out. I'm sorry.
Is that your actual opinion of your sister? That's probably the most hurtful thing you've ever said about me. The contract is very clear, Simon. If she severed our relationship, full payment becomes due immediately.
But that fine print was just meant to protect you from future problems. You never actually intended to enforce it, right?
I put it in the contract for a reason. I absolutely intended to enforce it if necessary, and thanks to your wife's charming personality, it became necessary.
Come on, sis. You know we don't have $30,000. That's why I needed the loan in the first place.
You signed the contract knowing full well what the terms were.
Look, I get that you're mad at Jeanette, but I'm your brother, and I had nothing to do with what she said.
You had everything to do with it by lying to her about our financial agreement in the first place.
I didn't lie to her. I just didn't tell her about the loan. There's a difference between lying and not sharing every detail.
Oh, please, that's exactly what lying is. You let her believe you had the money when you were actually borrowing from me.
Okay, maybe I should have been more upfront about everything, but I was trying to protect her from worrying about the money.
How did that work out for you? Because she seemed pretty worried when she found out the truth.
The whole situation is just a big misunderstanding. If we could all sit down and talk like adults, I'm sure we could work it out.
There's nothing to work out, Simon. The terms were clear and the conditions have been met.
But what about the fact that I'm your brother? Doesn't that count for something in all this?
It counted for something when I agreed to lend you the money. It counted for something when I forgave your college debt. But it apparently doesn't count for anything when your wife curses me out and embarrasses me. So no, being your brother doesn't let you off the hook.
Jeanette's really sorry about what happened. Honest! She's been crying all day about how badly she handled everything.
Crying because she got caught or crying because she's actually remorseful? Because those are two very different things.
It's genuine remorse, I promise. She knows she was completely out of line with what she said.
If she's so sorry, why isn't she the one texting me? Why are you doing all the apologizing for her?
She's embarrassed about how she acted, and she's afraid you won't want to hear from her directly.
She's probably right about that. I have no interest in fake apologies or crocodile tears.
It wouldn't be fake. She really does feel terrible. Please, just give her a chance to explain herself.
Simon, even if her apology was genuine, it doesn't change the facts. She made her feelings about me very clear, and I heard her loud and clear. We all did.
People say things they don't mean when they're upset. Surely you can understand that emotions were running high.
I understand that alcohol and stress can lower people's inhibitions. But they don't make people say things they don't actually think.
So there's nothing we can do to fix this? You're really gonna demand the full $30,000 right now?
That's exactly what I'm going to do. You have 30 days to come up with the money, just like the contract states.
Elle, please! We literally just got married yesterday! Jeanette and I are supposed to be enjoying our honeymoon! Can't you give us some time to enjoy being newlyweds before dealing with this?
Don't ask me for sympathy. You should have thought things over before your wife decided to start a fight. This is the consequence of her actions, not mine.
Listen, there's something else I really need to tell you. Jeanette's been very sick since last night, throwing up constantly.
She's probably just hungover from the reception, or stressed out from the fight she started. She'll get over it.
No, it's not that kind of sick. She's been throwing up every morning for the past 2 weeks.
Every morning for 2 weeks? Simon, are you saying what I think you're saying?
We just found out for sure yesterday morning before the wedding. Jeanette's pregnant, Elle.
She's pregnant? And you didn't think to mention this earlier? How far along is she?
About 6 weeks, according to the home test. We were planning to announce it at the reception, but then everything fell apart.
So let me get this straight. Your pregnant wife attacked me over money, and now you want sympathy?
I'm not asking for sympathy, I'm asking for understanding. We're gonna have a baby, and we just can't afford to pay you back all at once.
You couldn't afford the wedding either, but that didn't stop you. Maybe this will finally teach you about financial responsibility.
Please don't be like this, Elle. I'm begging you to work with us on a payment plan.
The contract doesn't allow for payment plans once the acceleration clause is triggered. Your wife made sure of that when she cut ties with me.
But we're talking about your future niece or nephew here. Don't you want them to have a decent start in life?
Of course I do, but that's your responsibility as parents, not my responsibility as the person you borrowed money from.
If we have to pay you $30,000 right now, we'll be completely broke. We'll have to move into some cheap apartment in a terrible neighborhood.
Maybe that's exactly what you need to learn about living within your means. You can't keep borrowing money to maintain a lifestyle you can't afford.
But what about the baby? They didn't ask to be born into this mess. Please think about what's best for an innocent child.
I am thinking about what's best for the child, and what's best is having parents who make responsible financial decisions. If I let you off the hook now, you'll just keep making the same mistakes. The baby deserves better than parents who can't manage money.
So you're really going to force us into poverty for the sake of teaching us a lesson? That seems pretty harsh even for you.
I'm not forcing you into anything. You created this situation by overspending and lying about your finances.
We made mistakes, I admit that. But surely you can show some compassion for our situation.
I showed compassion when I lent you the money in the first place. I showed compassion when I agreed to your ridiculous contract terms. But your wife threw all that compassion back in my face, so now we're dealing with the legal consequences.
What if we could give you $10,000 right now from our wedding gifts? Would that buy us some more time to come up with the rest?
The contract doesn't have provisions for partial payments. It's all or nothing within 30 days. I wrote the contract to protect myself from exactly this situation. I'm not modifying it just because you don't like the consequences.
So there's absolutely nothing we can say or do to change your mind, even knowing that we're about to have a baby?
The baby actually makes this more important, not less. You need to learn financial responsibility before you become parents. If I bail you out now, what lesson does that teach? That you can always rely on other people to fix your mistakes?
It teaches that family helps family during difficult times. Isn't that what families are supposed to do?
Families are also supposed to treat each other with respect. Your wife clearly didn't get that memo.
I know she was wrong, but she's carrying my child. I have to put her and the baby first, even if she made mistakes.
Then put them first by taking responsibility for your debts, instead of trying to manipulate me into changing our agreement.
I'm not trying to manipulate you. I'm trying to find a solution that works for everyone.
The solution is simple. pay me what you owe me, just like any other adult would have to do.
Fine, we'll find the money somehow, but I want you to know that this could destroy our family forever. I really hope you can live with yourself after this, knowing you forced your pregnant sister-in-law into poverty.
I can live with enforcing a legal contract that you signed. What I couldn't live with is enabling your financial irresponsibility.
Then I guess we don't have anything else to discuss. We'll get you your money within 30 days.
I know you will, and hopefully this will be a valuable lesson for both of you.
The only lesson I'm learning is that money matters more to you than family. That's really sad, Elle.
What's sad is that you think borrowing money comes without consequences. Welcome to the real world, Simon. Afterward, the couple begged their parents for help, but were told, "You're married adults now. Figure it out yourselves." It seems their parents had been wondering why the young couple was having such an expensive wedding. Even so, the couple didn't give up and tried playing the grandchild card. "We're having a baby. Please help us for your future grandchild's sake," getting on their knees to beg. But this backfired when their parents responded. Becoming parents makes it even more important to handle your own problems. That's what responsible adults with children do. In the end, they borrowed from high-interest lenders to repay Eleanor in full, and their parents warned they would provide minimal support and gifts for the baby. The couple had been counting on substantial help with childcare and gifts, so they hurriedly canceled their honeymoon and are now preparing for the baby's arrival in a studio apartment.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.